Hey everybody, it's Ms.Lucy. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, continuing on with our ocean exploration, we are going to be making the 5 ocean layers in a jar. So we're going to need a couple supplies. It's going to be really cool. We're going to get to learn lots of things about the ocean. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so to begin with, we are going to need some type of clear container. I was going to use a jar, but I couldn't find one, so I'm going to use this glass cup. We're going to try to ignore the cute little smiley face. We're going to turn to the side. Hopefully it'll get covered. But to begin with, we're going to need corn syrup. Now, I was unable to find corn syrup at the store for whatever reason. But I did see other people using just like regular like pancake syrup. So that's what I'm going to do. Our first ocean layer is going to be the trench. So trenches is what's the very, very, very bottom of the ocean. It's not even really part of it. It's like we have the ocean floor, and then it dips down, making little trenches here. Gonna help you guys see that. So, it looks like this. It goes down, and then this is the ocean floor. So in these little crevices, that is what the trench is. Now, there's not really any animals there. You're gonna find maybe a couple little things that have like gelatinous creatures that are a little bit related to like starfish or to jellyfish. But for the most part, you're not gonna find much of anything there. So that's the first layer of the ocean. Give me a sec, I have to open my syrup. Okay. We're not gonna pour too much, because we need to make space for the other layers. I think, oh, that should be good. I'm going to pour that in, and then I'm going to add some blue food coloring, and hopefully it mixes well with it. We want to make it as realistic as possible. And because it is so immensely deep down, no light gets there. So it's so incredibly dark. So we're going to put a couple drops of food coloring. I'm going to mix it with popsicle stick, and hopefully it stays like a nice, if we can get black, that would be great. But just a nice dark color. Ooh, that's pretty good. I'm actually going to add, should I add anything? No, that's pretty good actually. You can see it's nice, it's dark. That's going to be our first layer. Okay. I'm going to put that up. Okay. Our second layer is the abyss. So in the abyss, the type of animals you're going to find there, well, for starters, the abyss is what most of the ocean floor is. You're going to find things like snails, worms, not anything too interesting, unfortunately. It's kind of like our earth, like the floor that we would find here. So like the kind of animals you would find in, say, the dirt, that's the kind of animals that you might find in the abyss. It's like ocean insects, essentially. So, for the abyss, we are going to use some soap. Now, it's best if you have already, like, the blue dish soap. I only have green kind, so I'm going to pour some into my cup, and hopefully I can turn it blue. Let's see, that's about good. This is all about trial and error because I couldn't find a lot of the things we needed. So we are improvising. Let's see, I'm going to do 3 drops. And we'll see how that goes. And if we need more, then we'll add more. But yes, the abyss is, again, very dark. You might find things like anglers there. Oh, no, not anglers, I'm sorry. Like I said, you might find things like snails, like worms. But for the most part, it's pretty lonely, pretty bare. Let's see. I don't think it's dark enough, so I'm going to add a bit more. We're trying to get a nice, deep color. Ooh, that's looking good. Alright, hopefully this is good enough. As usual, you want to have a parent's permission, and you don't want to do what I'm doing and do this in your bedroom, because that can get messy. Alright, we're going to do our best to be careful. Pour this carefully and hope it doesn't mix. Let's see. Oh, it's working. So I don't know how well you guys can tell. I think I might have to do another layer because I don't think it's enough. But from my angle, you guys can actually see how it separates from here to here. I'll get you guys a better angle in a bit. Oh, for now, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more, just so that it's more noticeable. We're trying to get it as separated as we can. Let's see. Add more blue. Lots of blue. We still want it nice and dark. Again, you get little to no light here. So because of that, nothing really grows. You're not going to find plants down here. There we go. I think it's pretty good. Let's try adding a little bit more. Okay, that's good. All right, moving on. From the abyss, we go to the midnight zone. The midnight zone is where you're going to find things like colossal squids. You're going to find things like sperm whales. You're going to find anglers. You're going to find eels. That's where you're going to find these types of creatures in the midnight zone. So for our midnight zone, we are going to do water and food coloring. Actually, no. Almost got there. We're not doing that. So my camera accidentally went out when I was doing the midnight zone, but we ended up mixing oil and food coloring, and now we have a different color here than before. You can see the separation. I don't think you can see it too well on my camera, so I'm going to get you a better angle in a bit. But for now, we're moving on to the twilight zone. That's where you're going to find things like, octopus, crabs, jellyfish, different types of squids. It's a lot colder than the sunlight zone, but you definitely get light there. So you're going to see lots of animals, which is good. So moving on to our twilight, I need water and food coloring. So I'm going to use my cup from before, put in some water, some food coloring. There we go. Oh, my water bottle doesn't want to cap. Okay, there we go. And we're going to try and slowly pour it in so that we don't get too much of a mixture. Let's see, is it in frame? There we go. Oh, there we go. Nice. You can see some separation. Again, I'll get you guys a better angle once we're done so that you guys can take the full thing into effect. But for now, we're going to move on to the sunlight zone. Now, this is where all the cool things are, in my opinion. The sunlight zone is where we swim. It's approximately 660 feet deep. You're going to find coral here. You're going to find swimmers. That's where we dive. You're going to find dolphins. You're going to find stingrays. You're going to find tropical fish, starfish, and turtles, amongst many, many other things. It's a really cool zone. I like it a lot. It's the place where I swim. And so we're going to move on to that. So for that, we are going to do hydrogen peroxide, which most people should have in their home. So we use it for like cuts and things like that. So we're just going to take a little bit of that. Oh, I got to open it up again. Give me a sec. We can take some of that. As usual, mixing it with our food coloring. Well, you actually don't have to mix this one at all. But, because it is a sunlight zone, so it's still blue, but very, very light blue compared to everything else. So if you're running out of food coloring or you just don't want to add any, that's fine. You can go like that. So let's see. I'm going to add it. Hopefully it doesn't spill over. There we go. Okay. Let's see how well. Actually, I'm going to add a little bit more. Try and go as much to the top as we can. Let's see. Well, that one didn't seem to mix as well, but it's okay. It's all trial and error. It's all about learning. Here, let me get you a better angle. Here we have So our sunlight zone mixed a little bit with our twilight zone, but that's okay. Our midnight zone is looking fantastic though. And then as we go in, our midnight zone ends about right here. And then we have our abyss. And then we have the trenches, which I actually think worked out pretty cool because you can see a little bit of the brown from the maple syrup, which makes a pretty good trench. And these are the 5 layers of the ocean. Thank you guys so much for watching, for sticking around. I hope you guys learned something new. I hope you guys try it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed.